The Sahel region of Africa, a vast expanse stretching across the continent, is no stranger to political upheaval. Coups and counter-coups have punctuated the region's history. However, few events were as dramatic as the swift rise of Ibrahim Traoré. In a matter of months, Traoré went from an army captain, virtually unknown outside military circles, to the youngest head of state in the world. His ascent to power, marked by 2 bloodless coups in under a year, sent shockwaves across Burkina Faso and beyond. His story, a blend of ambition, frustration, and a yearning for change, reflects the deep-seated problems plaguing Burkina Faso and the Sahel. Traoré's rise to prominence is inextricably linked to the deteriorating security situation in Burkina Faso. Years of jihadist insurgency had crippled the country, displacing millions and pushing the military to its breaking point. The public, weary of violence and disillusioned by the previous government's inability to stem the crisis, found a beacon of hope in Traoré's promises. He pledged to restore security, root out corruption, and chart a new course for the nation. His youth, his military credentials, and his fiery rhetoric struck a chord with a population desperate for change. However, his rise also raised concerns. Critics, both within Burkina Faso and internationally, questioned his commitment to democracy. His swift consolidation of power, marked by the suspension of political activities and a crackdown on dissent, raised alarm bells. Ibrahim Traoré's journey began in the modest town of Kira, located in western Burkina Faso. Born on March 14, 1988, Traoré's early life offered little indication of the prominent role he would later play on the national stage. He was known as a quiet and diligent student, excelling in his studies. After completing his primary and secondary education, Traoré moved to the capital city of Ouagadougou to pursue higher education. He enrolled at the University of Ouagadougou, one of the country's premier institutions, to study geology. It was during his time at the university that Traoré's political consciousness began to take shape. He became an active member of the Muslim Student Association, engaging in debates and discussions about faith, society, and politics. His involvement in student activism deepened when he joined the Association of Burkinabe Students, or ANEB, a left-leaning student union known for its vocal criticism of government policies. The ANEB, with its Marxist leanings and its legacy of challenging authority, provided Traoré with a platform to hone his political skills and articulate his vision for a more just and equitable society. His exposure to Marxist ideology during these formative years left an indelible mark on his worldview, shaping his understanding of power dynamics, economic inequality, and the need for social transformation. In 2009, shortly after graduating from the University of Ouagadougou with honors, Traoré made a life-altering decision. He chose to serve his country by enlisting in the Burkinabe army. His decision to join the military was driven by a sense of patriotism and a desire to contribute to the defense of his nation. He entered the Georges Namoano Military Academy, one of Burkina Faso's most prestigious military institutions, where he underwent rigorous training. His dedication and academic prowess, evident during his university years, translated well into the demanding environment of military training. Traoré's military career took him beyond the borders of Burkina Faso. He received specialized training in anti-aircraft tactics in the Kingdom of Morocco, further honing his skills and broadening his military experience. He rose through the ranks steadily, earning a reputation as a capable and disciplined officer. His first deployment was to Kaya, a town in north-central Burkina Faso, where he served with distinction. In 2014, he was promoted to the rank of lieutenant, a testament to his growing competence and leadership qualities. As his military career progressed, Traoré became increasingly aware of the challenges facing his country. The growing threat of jihadist insurgency in the Sahel region was casting a long shadow over Burkina Faso. By the late 2010s, Burkina Faso was grappling with a multifaceted crisis. Years of neglect, corruption, and poor governance had hollowed out state institutions, leaving them ill-equipped to address the growing security challenges. The country's once promising economic growth had stalled, exacerbating poverty and social inequalities. The most pressing threat, however, came from the growing insurgency in the Sahel. Jihadist groups, with links to Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State, had established a presence in the country, exploiting the porous borders and weak governance to launch deadly attacks. The Burkinabe army, tasked with combating the insurgency, found itself outmatched and outgunned. Soldiers, often poorly equipped and lacking adequate support, were sent to the front lines with little hope of success. Morale within the military plummeted as casualties mounted and the security situation continued to deteriorate. It was against this backdrop of escalating violence, widespread frustration, and a growing sense of despair that Ibrahim Traoré's path would intersect with the tumultuous currents of Burkinabe politics. The stage was set for a dramatic power shift, one that would propel the young captain into the national spotlight. As Traoré solidified his grip on power, his influence began to extend far beyond the borders of his homeland. He navigated the complexities of leadership with a blend of traditional wisdom and modern strategy. Many wondered how long his reign would last, but for now his authority seemed unshakable. His story was just beginning and the world watched with bated breath. At home, Ibrahim Traoré has embarked on an ambitious domestic agenda. His plans include revitalizing the economy, improving education, and enhancing healthcare services. He aims to address the pressing issues of poverty and unemployment that have long plagued the nation. Traoré believes that a strong domestic foundation is key to Burkina Faso's future prosperity. On the international stage, Traoré is redefining Burkina Faso's foreign policy. He is seeking to strengthen ties with neighboring countries and foster new alliances with global powers. Traoré is also focused on promoting regional stability and cooperation. His approach is both pragmatic and visionary, aiming to position Burkina Faso as a significant player on the global map. The rise of Ibrahim Traoré has sparked a debate. Is he a savior or a strongman? Supporters hail him as a transformative leader with a clear vision for the future. Critics, however, warn of an authoritarian streak and potential overreach. This paradox defines Traoré's leadership as he navigates the fine line between decisive action and democratic principles. Despite his achievements, Traoré faces numerous challenges and uncertainties. The road ahead is fraught with economic difficulties, social unrest, and political opposition. How he addresses these issues will determine his legacy. The nation watches closely, hopeful yet wary, as Ibrahim Traoré continues to shape the future of Burkina Faso.